Another quick video just to show you some of the problems I've been having and what I'm planning to do to fix it. I purchased carbon fibre rods for the X-axis, which are now being put in. The reason for that was the magnets were affecting the fan, the cooling fan. If I just enable one of the fans, one moment. Okay, so the fan for the centre one, the centre hot end, if I remove the hot end, is now running. I've found the problem is when the hot end attaches, it greatly decreases the flow of it. Now, it only seems to be affecting the fan on this direct hot end. It's quite hard to get off once it's up. They're up to full speed again. The smaller fans, which are on my, which are from the bamboo printer, get that one locked in, undo the bamboo. I'm just using these little small fans on the bamboo. These don't seem to be affected at all by the magnets. Now, unfortunately, replacing the original metal rods didn't fix it. I really thought it was, because I had a second plate with magnets, and when it was off the bed, it didn't seem to affect it. But having revisited, it definitely is slowing it down, even with the bed. The problem appears to be the very bottom centre magnet. So what I've found is if I remove that magnet and offset it to the right, or to this side, it works fine, and there is room to actually extend the frame a little bit on that side to move the magnet. So that's got to be my next step, which of course will mean I have to also reprint the 3 hot ends themselves. If you notice, the bamboo ones haven't got magnets in at the moment anyway. The new smaller ones I've also got uprights to hold the wiring. I spent some time tidying the wiring with this frame, which, as you can see here, the wiring's a little bit messy here. I'm using one of these Voron type hiders for it. It needs the top putting on. Currently, the only 3 wires coming out are the servos, which haven't been connected up at all yet, so I just need to get those to length and get them connected in. As you will have already seen, I've got the side mounts for spools for the 2 Bowden extruders. There I'm using the Voron M3 extruders on the side. They seem to be working fine. At the moment, everything is working fine. I can home it, tilt adjust it, and so on. It all seems to be working. I just set it going. So here it is, just doing the tilt adjust. It should only take 1 or 2 cycles because I believe it's already reasonably flat. I'll just point out that I'm currently homing the Z using the very small micro switch at the bottom right. I'm not sure whether I'm going to keep that or actually use the BL Touch. I probably should use the BL Touch. It's just easier at the moment to home it down there, because I didn't need to set anything up for the BL Touch. One other thing I will just show. Okay, so that's finished. I've added a macro to use the beep, so I've now got a little tune which plays at the end of the print, which will be a beeper end tone. Remaining for me to do, other than the magnet problem and having to totally redesign the hot ends, I've got these little connectors which obviously need to go into the servos, but it's getting close. I've got the macro to load and unload, but at the moment it won't be working because I've actually totally redesigned this back end. I've done it twice now. I've moved them closer together because as it was, to load the left and the right one, I had to have basically exit 0 coming down to load off this one. I could just see it was going to be troublesome. So I've just moved it in 5mm, but it actually meant dismantling the whole frame for that. And obviously replacing those two fibre X-rails, that needed the whole thing taken to bits as well. It's going there.